Hi, it's Rachel here at Mindful Parenting and wanted to come in and share with you some tips on how you can use affirmations. So for those of you who are new to the Mindful Parenting platform, welcome. The website is full of loads of resources for you guys so that you can dip in and out of different things that are going to work for you. But one of the key tools that I have loved using as a parent with myself and with my children are daily affirmations. There's so many ways that you can use them, and it can seem a little bit overwhelming if it's something that you haven't used before. So I thought I would come in and give a little video of some tips. So first of all, what is an affirmation? An affirmation is a phrase, a positive phrase. It's as simple as that. It can be short, it can be long, but the key is it's filled with positivity. It's all about using positive language, which for us parents, I think is a really key thing to try and integrate into life with our children. You know, there's loads now, no matter which country you're in, about growth mindset, and if you're in the UK, it's really embedded in our educational system, which is fantastic. And the idea is that what we want to do is we want to promote positive thinking, as in, I can't do that yet, as opposed to, I'm rubbish at that. So it's just about changing that slant a little bit so that we're thinking about some different things. So in my hand, I have got a stack of affirmations, and these are ones that you can get from the website. I actually have free affirmations, but I've also got bundles of affirmations. I've got affirmations for younger kids and older kids. So I've got a whole mixture of different ones here. So you can see we've got lots of different designs. You can write your own affirmations. You don't have to have ones that have been pre-done. And I really mix mine up. So for my personal use, I will quite often do affirmations that are in time with the moon, for example, because I like to follow the cycles of the moon and the world around me and the seasons. But for my day-to-day things, I quite often will use ones that I have already created. So I'll just take one and then we can see where we can go with it. So this one here, you won't be sick because it's, of course, it's reversed around. It says, it is okay to ask for help when I need it. Applicable children and adults. So what I would do is I would take my affirmation. Again, you can do this randomly. So for my children, when they were younger, we used to have an affirmation jar. I would cut out, or we would cut out affirmations that we had found, created, coloured in, whole different realm. You can add loads of creativity to this. And then we would randomly pick an affirmation for the day, and we'd do it at breakfast time so that that affirmation was part of our day. You start with an affirmation. You create it yourself. You just think about it. You download ones, you store them in a jar, you keep them in a book, you just have them as a stack, and you just take one, or you flip through and you work out which ones that you want, and then you say your affirmation out loud is your starting point. So this can be a challenge in itself for our younger kids. You don't necessarily, even if they can't read, it doesn't matter. You just pick much simpler ones. Doing my best is enough, short phrase, and you say it out loud, they repeat it. For our older kids, they can pick which ones they want to use. You repeat it out loud. You might want to write it down. For the older kids and for adults, if you have a journal and you like to journal, you can put it in your journal and write it as your affirmation for the day, or your affirmation for the week, or your affirmation for the month. It might be something that you're really working towards. You know, if it's something about confidence because you've got a presentation to do, you know, you might create your own affirmation around that event so that you're working yourself towards an end goal. If you're using it with your children, you can pop it on the fridge. You can put it in a lunchbox. That's a lovely way of doing it. So you can hide the affirmation and then they open their lunchbox and every day they get an affirmation. That's a really nice way of doing it. You can also, I've got in my pack, I've got like blank cards as they were. So there's some design. You can then write your affirmation in that. If you've got a diary, I tend to put mine in my diary so that even if I haven't thought about it for a few hours, I then open up my diary to check my to-do list and I go, here's my affirmation. I might not say it out loud again, I might just repeat it in my head. If I'm really working towards something, then so I'm just going to remove that from my dog. Then what I will do is I will repeat that as I'm walking the dogs, for example, as I'm washing up. Because there's such power in our words. We believe what we think. And if we can change what we think, we can change our beliefs. It sounds very profound, and it really is, but it is such a simple tool. And honestly, I've been using these with my kids since they were about 3. And found different ones, and then, you know, got them to create their own and, you know, draw around designs, you know, or you can be as creative as you want to be. But I wanted to give you an idea of how I use them and how we've used them as a family. You tend to always start with something like I am, I will be. It can quite often start with I, because what you want to do is you want to own those words. They're not something generic for everybody. They're a powerful tool for you. And that's why the key is, if you're using it with kids, they pick the ones that they want. Even if it's a random pick, it's not you going, today I think you should have this one. This one says it's okay to make mistakes. Because you want them to buy into this. You want them to participate and engage. That's the fundamental thing of for me of mindful parenting is giving our kids the tools. But for adults as well, I use these now. My girls are teens. They'll sometimes come to affirmations, sometimes won't. I don't force any of that. But I use affirmations all the time. If you're going through a hard time, try some affirmations. If you're feeling a bit stressed or a bit anxious, use affirmations. If you've got something big that's coming up, I've used them with people who, for example, were scared of flying, or especially at the moment with the anxiety around the global situation. Using these tools can really help empower us, and they're lovely to use because you can be as creative as you want to. So I hope that helps, and do let me know how you get on. And as I said, all of these are available on the website, but feel free to create your own, write your own, have a Sunday afternoon with the kids and start creating some affirmations and see where it takes you. And as always, let me know how you get on. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon.